Bob's Breakfast.
Good morning, I'm Graham Mack. Outside of the Bob FM building right now for a very special event. Yes, welcome to the historic village of Old Knebworth. There's evidence of people living in this area, dating as far back as Neolithic times, and it is mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086. Old Knebworth, the original Knebworth village, now known as Old Knebworth. Since the railway arrived in the 19th century and the newer Knebworth village, a mile to the east of here, was settled. This morning, Old Knebworth will be making history again as it plays host to the first annual Bob FM Spring Parade. Our studios are right here in the centre of the village, in the pump house of the historic Knebworth House. I would estimate the crowd here so far around 20,000, waiting here for their first glimpse of some of the major celebrities who will be attending the event today. The parade will begin shortly when hundreds of floats will make their way from the car park of the Lytton Arms pub where they're now assembled. They'll come towards me here along Old Knebworth Lane. When they get to Bob FM, they'll swing right and continue down the hill there to my left, and we'll finish at the Asda supermarket. Quite a challenging parade route as parade routes go. Because of the state of the road today, the pothole's going to make it a little bit tricky for some of the floats to get by. Celebrities we expect to see today. Madonna will be making an appearance. We're delighted that Prince William and Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, will be, I'm told, on board the Royal Float. Local boy and Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton will be part of the parade today, as will the Grand Marshal of the parade, Jeremy Clarkson. A few surprise celebrity guests expected as well, on what is an absolutely perfect day for the first annual Bob FM Spring Parade. A lot of children loving the festivities here. There'll be marching bands heading from the pub down. I'm just being told that we might be ready for the first of the marching bands to make their way towards me here, and I'm being told they have left the Lytton Arms pub, and we should see them shortly as they can. And here they are coming into view. Yes. And this is the Home Counties Naturist Kazoo Orchestra. They're made up of a group of local senior citizens who promote a clothing optional lifestyle. The Kazoo Orchestra was founded in 1982, and and they're not going down well with the crowd made up of mainly families here. They're not enjoying the sight of so many naked senior citizens in. Yeah, okay, so we're not off to a great start to this year's event. I'm Graham Mack reporting live from the Bob FM first annual Spring Parade. I've got to tell you, the parade's not been off to the greatest of starts. The Home Counties Naturist Kazoo Orchestra caused quite a lot of. We've tracked it down now. The problem was not the fact that there were so many senior citizens playing kazoos naked and marching along Old Knebworth Lane. It was the banner that the Naturist organisation had, which has now been taken down. It said, "We'd like to see new members." That was what was causing the offence. So that's been taken down now, so we can enjoy the rest of the parade. We're waiting to see Jeremy Clarkson, who's the Grand Marshal of the parade later on. Lewis Hamilton will be making an appearance, which is very special. And now, making her way on a float from the start of the parade, which is the Lytton Arms pub. Yes, here she comes. It's Madonna! Madonna! And she's wearing the cone bra from the 80s, which is a lovely touch, a nice retro feel now to Madonna's performance. A lot of the younger kids in the crowd confused who she is, actually, but the parents enjoying Madonna's performance. And she's wearing the cape that she made famous at the Brits.
And I let you in. Made me feel like I was born again.
Right in front of me now, Madonna and the Bob FM Spring Parade. This is amazing. Oh dear, oh no. Madonna's fallen off the float. She's been held back on. She's carrying on. Yeah, what a professional. We were worried about this happening. A lot of potholes on Old Knebworth Lane. It seems that Madonna's float caught a wheel in one of the potholes. The float jarred violently, and Madge took another tumble. So everything seems to be fine now as Madonna swings right, the float goes down the Old Knebworth Lane and heads for Asda. I'm Graham Mack. This is the Bob FM first annual Spring Parade from Old Knebworth. So we're expecting a very special float now, and I can just see as they get a little bit closer to me, and if I can just make out what this one is. And oh yes, this is one we've all been looking forward to. This is the Royal Float, and the crowd getting very excited about this. And there she is. She's the lady we've all wanted to see. Yes, it is Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, with Prince William. And this float is, the crowd are loving it. She's waving to the crowd. Kate is wearing a powder blue jacket over a green bodice. And this float sponsored by the Lister Hospital. And that must be why they've got the hospital bed on the float there. Of course, Kate is heavily pregnant, expecting a birth within the next... and this is strange. Duchess of Cambridge is now... She's lying down on the bed, and she's lifting the bottom of her bodice, and she's revealing her baby bump, and the crowd enjoying this so far. I'm not sure. Oh, I see. Okay, this is remarkable. Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, is having an ultrasound on the bed, on the back of the Royal Float, and I'm being told it's one of the technicians from the X-ray department at the Lister Hospital is conducting the... oh my goodness, there it is! At the back of the float there is a giant Jumbotron big screen, and right now it is displaying the image of the next royal baby. This marks the first appearance of a member of the royal family pre-birth. We've not seen this before. It's also the first public appearance of what I can tell you. Yeah, I'm just getting it in my... Yeah. Okay. This is the first public appearance of Princess Alice. Princess Alice, fourth in line to the throne. The crowd can't believe this. It even looks like the baby's waving at the crowd, but that must just be a coincidence. Well, this is quite the occasion, and I'm glad the royal couple, Prince William is waving to the crowd now. He's looking up at the screen. There's tears in his eyes. There's tears in Prince William's eyes. I'm being told this is the first time he's seen the ultrasound of the new princess. So glad they've chosen Old Knebworth and the Bob FM Spring Parade for this. It's amazing. Very emotional scenes here. Kids waving Union Jacks. Oh, this is lovely as the float makes its way now. It's made that turn. It's heading down Old Nebworth Lane and will be at Asda shortly. I'm Graham Mack, live in Old Nebworth at the Bob FM first annual Spring Parade.
Bob's Breakfast with Norton Way Peugeot Letchworth.
The parade is in full swing now, and we're just waiting for Lewis Hamilton, Formula One world champion. He's going to be making an appearance here. And the crowd very excited about the prospect of seeing a world champion. And was that it? Sure.
106 Bob FM.
Still to come, the Grand Marshal of this morning's parade, Jeremy Clarkson. But right now, there's a float approaching. And this is the Jeffrey Matthews Estates float. Yes, one of our advertisers on Bob FM, Jeffrey Matthews Estates, estate agents, and lovely float there too. That's beautiful. And who is that? There's a bloke on the back of the float waving to the crowd, but the crowd seem to be, well, a lot of them just ignoring him. A couple of them waving back, very confused looks on their faces. They don't seem to know who he is. I got to tell you, I don't recognize him, but I'm not alone. Most of the, I would say, 20,000 people here. He's coming right past us now. He's maybe when he gets a bit closer, I can. No, I don't know who that is, but he seems to think he's a big deal. He's waving to the crowd as they make that right-hand turn and head down the. I'm being told in my ear. It is? Oh, is it? Oh. Okay, well, turns out that was Zayn Malik, the unemployed boy band member and former member of One Direction. That's who that was. That explains why it's an estate agent float. Okay, all right. We've got lots more action here. If you can't make it to Old Nebworth this morning, you won't miss a thing on Bob FM.
Home counties.
So now, I got to tell you that one of the Scottish floats has just been by, fully tartan McBeal went by, and a promotional team were handing out deep-fried Mars bars and half bottles of Glenfiddich. A lot of the children are having to give those to their parents right now. And they were the curtain raiser to our next marching band, which I can just see arriving. Yes, they're leaving the Lytton Arms pub and they're heading this way towards me. Fantastic sight. These are the Caledonian Militant Pipers. Looking splendid in their traditional dress. Tam o'Shanters. Hard to tell where the ginger hair ends and the ginger beards begin. They're sporrans swinging in unison on this beautiful morning for the Bob FM first annual Spring Parade. As they get closer to us now, shortly they'll be making the right-hand turn, heading down Old Nebworth Lane. The pipes and drums of the Caledonian Militant Pipers. The floating. Something's happened in there. I'm being handed. I'm disappointed to report this. The Caledonian Militant Pipers have declared independence from this parade and have turned around. They're now facing the other one, and now they've set off and they're heading back towards the Lytton Arms and will take no further part in today's parade. That's very sad. We've been very unlucky with marching bands today.
Bob's Breakfast with Norton Way Nissan Letchworth.
Well, now, this is interesting. Now, this is one I've had to keep secret for reasons which will become apparent in just a second. Coming towards me now along Old Nebworth Lane from the Lytton Arms pub, and I can see on the front there, those diplomatic plates. This is a mobile Ecuadorian embassy. Like they've built a wooden replica of the embassy on the back of the float, and as it swings around the corner here to head down Old Knebworth Lane, we can see Julian Assange waving from the window. He's getting a good reception here. He's promoting his new book, which is called Staying In. My latest secret revealed: how to get the best delivery pizza. So that's quite amazing. Julian Assange making his first public appearance in nearly 3 years in this special mobile Ecuadorian embassy as he heads down the hill. Lots more to come, lots more floats. And of course the Grand Marshal, Jeremy Clarkson, will be making an appearance. It's Graham Mack on Old Knebworth Lane outside Bob FM for our spring parade. And the next selection of floats are all themed in the same way, and let me tell you, they look spectacular as they're heading towards me. I'm not exactly sure what the order's going to be, but these floats all represent the winners of Bob's Best. Yes, when your votes decided the best in various categories. Here's the first one. Yes, dressed as hamburgers, it's the bar staff on the float from the Steamer in Welwyn who won Bob's Best Burger. They're followed by the civil officials, the mayor and the civil officials of Stevenage Town, because Stevenage won Bob's Best Town, if you remember, just a few weeks ago. Team from Hitchin Market are on the next float. They won Bob's Best Market. And then Bob's Best Italian Restaurant behind them, La Cosa Nostra in St Albans. Great to see them here in Old Knebworth making a part of the spring parade this morning. Perfect weather conditions. There's the kids from Chauncey School in Ware, Bob's Best Secondary School, and behind them Bob's Best Primary School, the Lays Primary School in Stevenage. Kids walking along behind the float, all holding onto a ribbon. That's a good idea. Stop them going astray. Fleet of cars now from Cabriolet Coupe in Henlow. They won Bob's Best Car Dealership, waving to the crowd. And in wheelbarrows, it's the team from the Riverside Garden Centre in Hartford. Remember, they won Bob's Best Garden Centre last year. Holding dentist drills aloft, it's the dentist from Hatfield Dental Centre behind them. They won Bob's Best Dentists. Here come Coasters, the cafe, Bob's Best Cafe winners, Coasters. They haven't come far today. They're only about a mile from here in Knebworth Village itself as they make their way along Old Knebworth Lane. Walton Lodge Vets behind them. They won Bob's Best Vets. The Neem Tree, the Curry House in Welwyn Garden City, they're in traditional dress, doing some... Oh yes, this is Bollywood dancers from the Curry House, the Neem Tree. They won Bob's Best Curry House, Welwyn Garden City. That was a hard-fought battle, if you remember that one. And now in their replica World War II Spitfire, the team from the Imperial War Museum in Duxford. They won Bob's Best Day Out. And the bar staff from the Crown, Aston End, Bob's Best Pub, there they are. And they're followed by W.J. Rowe from Stevenage. They won Bob's Best Fish and Chips, and they're all dressed as pirates. All dressed as pirates. They're handing out pirate hats to the kids in the crowd, which of course they're doing with kids' meals in W.J. Rowe at the moment. The kids enjoying this. Oh, there's some pretend sword fights going on with the cardboard swords. Oh, that's lovely. Good to see the kids joining in on this one. Oh, and William from W.J. Rowe, dressed as a pirate. If I'm not mistaken, it does look like he's had his left leg amputated, especially for this parade. Hope he knows what he's doing. There they go, turning right and heading down the hill. The Pirates of W.J. Rowe and Stevenage, winners of Bob's Best Fish and Chip Shop. And here comes the float with Bob's Best Barbers, Mick's from Hartford. There's Mick there holding the giant scissors aloft. Oh, and in a barber's chair, special guest getting his hair sorted out. It's the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un. Well, great to see him here in the on Old Network Lane today. Great to see him getting his hair sorted out once and for all. Now he's holding up his binoculars. I don't know what he's looking at. There's something in the distance there, I don't know. Still to come, we've got Jeremy Clarkson, the Grand Marshal of the parades. Graham Mack, live from the Bob FM Spring Parade in Old Nebworth. So now, rounding off the parade, we are expecting the Grand Marshal of the parade to make an appearance. Yes, and he's just making his way now. I've been told he has left the Lytton Arms pub where the parade starts, and he is making his way this way. The crowd of about 20,000 people here. I can see it now. That's got to be the car. Yeah, that's it. As it gets closer, it's Jeremy Clarkson in a 1965 E-Type Jag Roadster, polished by our very good friends at the Car Agents who prepared the car especially for today. He's getting a good reception from the crowd, Jeremy Clarkson. He's now standing up and waving. And yeah, he's famous for saying the only person that looks good in the back of a convertible was Hitler. And that probably is why he's in the Roadster, which doesn't have a back seat. So as he gets closer to us, the crowd are getting very excited. Jeremy Clarkson being showered with gifts, people running into the road and giving him different... I'm not sure that's wise. The man looks like he's giving him a cold corned beef sandwich. And that's not... No, we don't want... There's been an incident in the parade route.
Bob's Breakfast.